And good afternoon, Mr. President.
Afternoon.
Yes, Mr. President, you heard that. Julius Malema as President of South Africa. What do you think? What is going on in your mind? The time is right. The poll is showing that Julius Malema might be the President of South Africa because the ANC is not leading this poll as at now. This man has a lot of things to say about Africa that a lot of people do not like. Whether we like it or not, Africa must unite. This man is one of these people, leaders, that want Africa to unite. And for that matter, I like him. I would like to see what he would do if he's a president. I would like to see the changes that he will make if he has become a president. I took some of the things that he said on his interview. Let's listen to it. We all know that sometimes they will tell us what they want us to hear, but when they get into power, everything change. But how do we know? Unless he become 10 years or so he has been preaching. Maybe South Africa should give him chance and let's see what he will do. One thing for sure that I know, that he will not fall into the trap of the others. But we wait and see. He started by talking about land. He was asked a question that, well, people will be scared, investors will be scared. They will not come to South Africa and invest because he said he will seize land. Let's listen to what he has to say. Very interesting. You can never trick this man. He is well prepared. Thank you
We
for your
don't
time.
see RMB, whatever other financial institution, as an enemy. We see them as institutions that needs to be transformed. Our policies are very simple. Our battle cry is land, jobs, and stop load shedding. So we seek to expropriate land and without compensation, because the land was never compensated when it was taken. And someone says, no, don't scare investors, but even investors are scared of the truth, they can run. The reality is this land was stolen through the wars of dispossession, and people were killed. And the only way to reverse that pain is to restore the land back into the hands of the people. What happens to these beautiful buildings that are on top of this land? They remain RMB buildings, but this is our land. They should know that.
Yes, he said that's the truth. They should know that the land belongs to someone. And if you don't like the truth and you will not come to South Africa to invest, that is fine. The truth has. He's not going to hide and not tell you what he's going to do. And then later when you come, he changes his mind. The land was taken painfully and it must be taken back to the state. So you can build, but the land, I mean, like UK, you can buy a house, but the land doesn't belong to you. I think that's what he means. Please let's listen to him more, how he explained it. I don't think it's going to be like Zimbabwe when they move a lot of the foreigners and the land was taken and things like that. No, it's not going to be that. He's going to change the constitution. So there will be amendment that will follow taking the land back. Maybe people has to pay for it. It won't be free like they are doing it now. And the poor people can be able to purchase land and build on it as well. So far from what I'm listening, like South Africans cannot, some of them cannot even build in areas that they want to build in because it's considered as rich area and they have taken it for free anyway. So let's listen to more. I'll be back. Thank you so much for your time.
Their building is sitting on top of our land. And if they decide to do anything on this land, which is not in line with what they occupied the land for, they should seek permission from the state. If they no longer have any use for this land, they should report so to the state so that it can be reallocated to an alternative person who will put this land to use. This will not be done through the army. It will be done through constitutional consultation, because our constitution allows amendments. So if you do, because if all of you, when you argue, say, follow the constitution, we've got the best constitution in the world, but when we follow the constitution and amend it, it is a problem when it's not favorable. So we want all of the land to be in the hands of the state, so that when the state wants to make an allocation, there is no difficulty. Today,
Yes, you heard that. They should not be scared of coming. That is fair. That is not going to be like Zimbabwe, what happened years ago. It is fair. People should be able to buy land and then use it. And if it's not useful to them, the state owns it. Right now, let's go back to what he's going to do about mining. I made a video when South Africa president said that they were the people that mine in South Africa, they leave a lot of holes. You know, when they finish mining, they leave a lot of holes. And I was like, this is your country. You are the president. There should be law that says that when you finish mining, close it. But he was saying that they have to use government money to close those big, big holes. Those things can never be done in Europe or America, but they come to Africa and do that and go away. Go to my country, Ghana, how the waters, how they are polluting the waters. Let's not go there. But Julius Malema is saying that the state will own it mining as well. It's not going to stop investment from coming. They will come, but the state will also own some, so they will make money to look after the people. Please, let's listen to you.
it's not chrome. It's jobs in a truck transported to China to go and do job creation in China. Because that chrome, when processed here, we don't even clean it here. So when processed here, you can imagine how many jobs can be done. So we need state ownership of the mines. So when we say nationalization of the mines, we don't mean we're going to take a mine of Anglo-American and nationalize it. We mean the state must have its own mining company, which will be given preference, especially on profitable minerals.
Yes, he compared South Africa to Botswana, what is going on in Botswana. He said that the same mining company that pay 50% to Botswana, for Botswana to use that money to look after their population. He said he has given an example when he was in America, how they were enjoying. I was thinking of Libya. That's how Libya used to do. You know, they use the money to look after the people. So during that time, Libya time, for you to see a Libya seeking asylum is fake. They don't lack anything. So this is what he's going to do, which is great idea. So moving on to bank, he has talked about bank, how the state need bank. He said people are saying that, oh, there will be competition among the state and private banks. He's saying that no, they should have state bank. But please, let's listen to how he has explained it. I'll be back. Thank you.
The monies of all the departments are going to be banked from there. And we are not going to use any of your money to build a state bank. We already have money in the African bank. The other day I said net bank, and someone was like, I realized, oh yeah, African bank, through the Reserve Bank, we have shares in African bank. So why can't we grow our shares in African bank and ultimately push everyone out and take African bank to be a state bank? Because already we're participating. It's not going to be the first time the state participates in the bank. Why is the state being pushed away? The state is being pushed away because private financial institutions are scared of competition. They thrive through colluding.
So effectively,
Yes, very clever man. He's going to have a state bank by using Africa Bank, not going to IMF, because IMF might not give him loan because, all the things he says, they are against it. So he will use the Africa Bank, which is clever because if we have African Bank that work effectively, why do we need IMF? Why do we need IMF? Sometimes I even crack my brain and I still don't understand why Western countries don't use IMF, but it's created for Africa countries to use so they can manipulate Africa countries. He said that he is not going to use IMF, he will use Africa Bank. Please let's listen to him more. Thank you so much for your time.
For us black people, especially the rural masses of our people, they received a lot of services from post office. So when you say technology has advanced and therefore post office has become irrelevant, it's nonsense, because they are private companies now that are doing the job that post office could have done. But the corrupt, the leadership that lacks vision, the leadership that says, but making post office a bank now, how is it going to give me money now? Because those are the people of eating now. They don't have time and the patience to wait. So you need a leadership that has got vision, that will protect the state-owned enterprises and make sure they are led by men and women.
Yes, Africa, it's about time to be thinking ahead, not what to eat now and forget about the rest. Because many of our leaders, that's how they think anyway. They want it now and for their family, and they don't care about the rest. Chinese people has developed they have developed now because they think ahead. They plan 50, 100 years ahead. So are many developed countries. But for us, because of corruption, we don't care. And that's why we are where we are now. I just hope that all that he's saying when he comes into power, he will do it. Let's listen to some of his plans more.
But with so much corruption, only one name can come up.
Corruption is one of the things that collapse state-owned companies.
Yes.
What is going to be different under a coalition that you might be part of if you are successful in the upcoming elections in terms of dealing with corruption? We are not seeing big politicians being jailed.
Well, you need to professionalize the civil service. You need people like Mkwanazi, the Commissioner of Police in KZN, who knows that when I'm a policeman, I do police work. I'm not here to impress politicians, whether a politician likes it or not. So we need people who are professionals, who are going to say, this is my responsibility, I love the country, and everybody you employ, you must give them the constitution and the flag and tell them this is what you must be loyal to. Not this other shenanigans. They are here to live. Every 5 years there's going to be someone. The state will remain. Be loyal to the state. We need to arrest.
Let's hope it works for South Africa and let's hope he wins. So everything that he said he would do. All that I want, or many of us want, is united Africa. We want anyone that will come into power to have that aim, agenda to unite Africa. We don't want division among our leaders because they are leading us. And wherever they steal the countries, that's where we will go. Thank you so much for your time. Leave your comment. What do you think if you are South African about him? Do you want him to become your president? Thank you. My name is Mamre. Subscribe, share, and like the video. God bless you. I will see you soon. Bye bye.
They rent 10 locomotives for 50 million. Then out of 10, they take 3 to go and be operational and put 7 in a storeroom. Then 3, at the end of the financial year, that 3, obviously it can't bring us back 50 million. It brings us back 15 million. They bring that report to Parliament and say, look at what we have done. We've been renting this, operating these things. This thing is not making money. From 50, we only made 15. They are not telling you we hired 10, we operated 3. Why? Make it fail so that everybody gets angry when you say I want to privatize it. But yeah, of course. Well, how can we spend 50 million and make 15 million? They were sabotaged. They were made to fail. And at the center of that was Praveen, your former boss.